One of my biggest concerns during the corona crisis is that we suffer physically in our sensational system and sensational organism due to the lack of touch, because touch can spread the virus. So there are a few things that I think are necessary that we handle them with care. First of all, we come from a culture that deeply imprints us with a lack of safe touch, unconditional, safe, loving, nurturing touch. Almost all of us suffer from a deep lack of that from our earliest childhood on. And the tragic thing is that in our early childhood, we only can develop healthily, we only can develop an orienting, healthy kind of feeling and thinking when in the first place we were touched enough in a safe and loving, unconditional way. So our suffering from the reduction of physical touch is something very real. And it's not something that we can talk away. It's not something where we can be so smart and around, I'm not touching you, I'm not shaking your hand, I'm not breathing in the same space that you are breathing in because we love each other, because on the physical level there is a subconscious message of somebody withdraws from touching me because I'm not worthy of being touched. Which means in the end, I do not feel worthy of living at all. So in this case, in the corona crisis, we collectively somehow stop touching each other even more because we care for each other. And not because we would ignore each other or because we would not be important for each other. And again, it's not enough to just know that and say that. Because for us as a baby, we just crave for the physical experience of touch. And it's not so important why my mother or my father do not have the time or do not have the focus on touching me enough in an unconditioned, loving way. But from our early childhood on, we reduce our immense inner genius for receiving touch because we are not touched enough in a safe way. So here in the corona crisis, we are reminded in a very painful and very critical and existential way of the power of touch. And this, like on the tragic side of the game, reminds us also on the positive side of the game, which is the incredible depth of touch anyway, and we are wired for millions of years. Our nervous system is wired for receiving the depth and the power of touch. Meaning, we are born and our sensory system reacts to touch, responds to touch, is nourished by touch way deeper than our adult nervous system or our adult mask or armor on top of our nervous system. So let's use a crisis as an invitation for gaining qualities back that we otherwise would have kept in a shutdown mode. And that is, can the two of us touch each other and feel touched by each other when we are standing with 2 meters distance? And for 2 babies, this is easy. They freak out of excitement and stimulation when there is a baby in another room. They freak out. Not just because, there is a baby crying, oh my God, this could be exciting or somehow alive. But their whole system of senses, all those senses being so much more open and even like thrown into openness. They have to learn that over years, over painful years, to shut down all of these sensory stimulation that is given in any given moment to them. So can we reduce the physical touch during the corona crisis, in order to protect each other's life, out of our instinct of caring for our tribe around us, caring for our own life and the life of you, etc., etc. And at the same time, can we be even deeper touched? And can we even deeper touching our partners, our most beloved ones, by withdrawing from the physical touch and then celebrating? Let's say these hands are two bodies standing in front of each other, 3 meters distance. Of course, in the beginning, two adult nervous systems, they will say, do you feel me touching you? No. Do I feel that you touch me? Honestly, I don't think you touch me, because I don't feel anything. Yes, of course. But we know the story. We were born as, ooh, wow. Can you even go a little bit more to the back? I feel the space. I feel that there's so much shifting with every centimeter you go to the back and every centimeter that you come closer. We are not allowed to enter a space of less distance than 2 meters, because this wouldn't be safe. So can this be the adventure? And yes, we will stand there feeling like idiots, feeling numbed out, feeling shut down. Know what? Because that's true. But shut down is just learned. And those maybe 8 weeks, maybe months of the corona crisis, where we have to withdraw from our normal kind of hyper-stimulation of all senses, giving them no other chance but shutting down in order to cope with the overstimulation everywhere around. Can we use this time in order to recover, in order to regenerate from something that was bombarding us with some kind of cruelty that we just started to calling normal because nobody around us could escape from that? And from there, I hope that we collectively recover from the corona crisis as soon as possible. And I hope that we don't recover, that we never recover again from the gifts and the talents that are woken up in us during the corona crisis. And that is this immense, energetic, orgasmic, ecstatic, sensory system that is our birthright to touch each other with and to be deeply, deeply touched by life itself. Let's never, never recover from this kiss of this crisis. And you are so welcome to stay in touch with my videos, with my YouTube channel, with my podcasts, etc. around, can we use the digital embodiment in order to kiss each other back into life, in a physical way, in a non-physical way, in an energetic way, over distance, over time. For our nervous system, no problem.